Have you ever imagined a day when the sky darkens, temperatures plummet to freezing levels, everything turns lifeless, and Earth becomes a desolate planet? That was the day when dinosaurs, the kings of the Cretaceous period, were completely wiped out. Let's travel back 66 million years to witness this tragic story. 66 million years ago, a massive rock from space, measuring approximately 10 to 15 kilometers in diameter, crashed into Earth. The impact site was the Yucatan Peninsula, now part of Mexico. But this wasn't just any collision. It was the most catastrophic impact Earth had ever witnessed. Traveling at a speed of 20 kilometers per second, 60 times the speed of sound, the rock struck the planet's surface, creating a crater called Chicxulub. This crater was 150 kilometers wide and tens of kilometers deep, large enough to engulf an entire metropolis. Today, this crater lies buried under hundreds of meters of sediment. Since the Yucatan Peninsula is mostly limestone, layers of rock and sediment have accumulated over time, making the crater nearly unrecognizable from the surface. The asteroid's impact not only scattered debris everywhere, but also ignited everything around it. Shockwaves from the explosion traveled thousands of kilometers, toppling trees and destroying all life in their path. Imagine this. Within just a few minutes, Earth turned into a giant furnace, with temperatures soaring high enough to melt metal. Dinosaurs near the impact site didn't even have time to react and were instantly incinerated. But the true nightmare began after the collision. Dust and debris from the explosion were thrown into the atmosphere, forming a thick veil that blocked sunlight for years. This phenomenon was akin to a nuclear winter. Global temperatures plummeted, sunlight couldn't reach the ground, plants couldn't photosynthesize, and the food chain began to collapse. If the asteroid was the fatal blow, then the Deccan Traps in India were the precursor to the apocalypse. Before the asteroid's impact, volcanoes in this region had been erupting violently for hundreds of thousands of years. These eruptions released massive amounts of CO2 and SO2, gases capable of wreaking havoc on the atmosphere. Sulfur from the volcanoes combined with atmospheric water to produce acid rain, which killed plants and contaminated water sources. A lush tropical forest could quickly transform into a scorched wasteland devoid of life. CO2 from the volcanoes caused long-term global warming, making the environment increasingly hostile to dinosaurs. Lava flows covered an area of approximately 500,000 square kilometers. This entire region became a battlefield of molten rock, toxic fumes, and silent deaths. With the double whammy of the asteroid and volcanic activity, Earth rapidly turned into a lifeless planet. The giant dinosaurs that had dominated the planet for over 165 million years were no match for the forces of nature. The impact of the disaster varied across different dinosaur groups, but the end result was total extinction. Herbivorous dinosaurs were the first victims. Species like sauropods and hadrosaurs were hit hardest because they relied entirely on plants for survival. When dust and toxic gases from the asteroid blocked sunlight, plants couldn't photosynthesize and died off rapidly. The once lush forests, which were the primary food source for dinosaurs, became barren wastelands. Imagine a massive herbivorous dinosaur, 25 meters long and weighing over 40 tons, needing to consume hundreds of kilograms of leaves daily. When the vegetation vanished, they had no alternative food source. Within months or a few years after the disaster, large herbivorous dinosaurs were nearly wiped out. This triggered the collapse of other dinosaur groups. Carnivorous dinosaurs, such as T-Rex, one of the most fearsome predators, were not spared from annihilation. They depended on hunting herbivorous dinosaurs for food. As plant-eating dinosaurs starved and died out, carnivores lost their primary food source. Even the most agile hunters couldn't find prey. Moreover, the large bodies of carnivores like T-Rex, 12 meters long and weighing over 8 tons, became a burden in a food-scarce environment. Ultimately, they too couldn't survive for long. T-Rex is a prime example. When the environment changed, it quickly succumbed, not only due to the lack of food, but also because the harsh post-disaster climate severely reduced its ability to survive. Even flying dinosaurs, once rulers of the skies with wingspans exceeding 10 meters, couldn't escape the catastrophe. Flying dinosaurs relied on hunting fish, insects, or scavenging the carcasses of other dinosaurs. However, after the asteroid struck, the oceans were severely affected as well. Small fish were wiped out en masse, leading to a shortage of food, causing flying dinosaurs to perish gradually. Furthermore, the dust and debris from the impact polluted the skies, directly impairing their ability to fly and hunt. Many believe that aquatic dinosaurs might have survived. Indeed, they were less affected than land-dwelling dinosaurs. However, the oceans also suffered significant damage. Phytoplankton, the foundation of the oceanic food chain, were wiped out due to the lack of sunlight. As phytoplankton disappeared, small fish and zooplankton also died, triggering the collapse of the entire marine ecosystem. Large aquatic dinosaurs, which could reach lengths of several meters despite their size and strength, could not find enough food to survive. Yet not all dinosaurs went extinct. Some smaller species, capable of adapting, survived and evolved into birds. Today, lighter, omnivorous creatures have a better chance of survival because they can feed on insects, carrion, and easily hide in harsh environments. Surprisingly, some small creatures, such as the ancestors of modern mice, also survived. They knew how to burrow underground, eat anything to stay alive, and didn't require sunlight to thrive. Although the colossal dinosaurs were wiped out 66 million years ago, they never truly disappeared from Earth. Their descendants continued to evolve, carrying on the legacy of their prehistoric ancestors. Birds are the direct descendants of the theropoda group of dinosaurs, which included famous carnivorous species. Though modern birds are smaller and gentler than their ancestors, their body structures still retain many features of dinosaurs. Astonishingly, chickens and ducks, familiar animals, are genetically very closely related to dinosaurs. Chickens are considered the closest living relatives of theropod dinosaurs. This means that if you're eating chicken, you're essentially enjoying a meal from prehistoric times. While not direct descendants, crocodiles and dinosaurs belong to the same lineage of ancient reptiles. Crocodiles are the closest living relatives of dinosaurs today. Remarkably, they existed before dinosaurs appeared and managed to survive the asteroid impact. Like their dinosaur ancestors, crocodiles are incredibly resilient, capable of surviving in harsh environments, from saltwater to freshwater, and consuming almost anything, from fish and birds to carrion. Besides birds and crocodiles, some modern reptiles like lizards and turtles are distantly related to dinosaurs. They are not direct descendants but share a common ancestor from the early days of reptiles. An intriguing question is, why did birds, the descendants of dinosaurs, survive the catastrophe, while larger dinosaurs didn't? The answer lies in their small, compact bodies, which made it easier for them to hide and required less food than gigantic dinosaurs. They could feed on insects, seeds, and carrion. Feathers helped them retain heat in harsh conditions, and their lightweight bodies enabled them to fly or move quickly to safer places. Although the giant dinosaurs have disappeared, they never truly left Earth. From tiny birds, the chickens in rural farms, to crocodiles lurking in the water, all are evidence of dinosaurs' continued existence in today's world. Next time you see a pigeon or enjoy a piece of fried chicken, remember that you're touching a part of dinosaur heritage. Thus, even though they once ruled the planet for 165 million years, dinosaurs couldn't withstand the forces of nature. Food shortages, climate change, and the complete collapse of ecosystems led to the extinction of each dinosaur group. Only the smallest, omnivorous, and most adaptable species managed to survive, paving the way for the rise of mammals, and ultimately, us humans. Thank you for following this story.